Hello everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win for the Maple Bay 9-hole cup. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And make sure you do subscribe to the channel and also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the ultimate tour or tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Can we get this video up to 200 thumbs up? That would be amazing and I would be very thankful for that. Follow the info box on the right hand side for the club distance adjustment, the elevation adjustment, and also what club and ball type I suggest you to play with. Have in mind that those are suggestions, you don't have to follow what I do suggest. Let's go to hole number 1. Hole number 1, and we will be playing on the right hand side. I've tried to go for green here, but there is too much of a risk to play and go into the water. So I will be bouncing just before the bunker here on the right, and I will be using half of the red ring to fall down into the sand. 6 bars of topspin to make sure that you can play other type of drivers as well. 1 bar of side spin to the left. Adjustment here now is going to be maximum distance plus 10. Adjustment is going to be made, and we're looking now to get somewhere between 350 and 360 yards. Make sure here now that you are not adding any unaccidental overpower, because that could potentially get yourself into the bunker if you do so. Bounce nicely on the fairway, roll down the fairway, and we will see what yardage we are having, and that is 354. From 354, we will be playing 42% slider with a 10% over adjustment, which is 3 decimals less than medium distance of your club if you're not using like a slider table. Have in mind here that I'm looking to use the bottom of the blue ring by the rough and then topspin, so the ball guideline leaves approximately 1 green square short of pin. That is because we otherwise will come in too hot. If you do not have a Thorn level 8 plus, use the Hornet, so you do have the top spin for this type of shot. So 42% slider is adjusted. We're using all side spin as well to the right to take ourselves away from that little hill there that we do have there on the fairway. Beautiful eagle here, and I do think this is a very good chance as we can use yardage nodes when we play a linear way. For hole number 2, we will start by using the rock here for our drive, using 4 bars of topspin and 2 bars of side spin to the left. I'm using the rock level 9, and I'm going to start at plus 9 yards, and rock level 8 should start at plus 10. So rock 9 plus 9, rock 8 plus 10, rock 7 plus 15. Ball guideline down the fairway as displayed there as well. Maybe we are a smidge too much to the right, and should maybe consider just moving a little bit to the right, just to make sure that we are having room for a great right. And I do not believe, based on this result, that we do have room for a great right on this shot here. Sure, we're getting it close to the rough line, which I'm happy with, but at the same time we need to really be careful, because if we go into the rough there, we have destroyed our chance for an albatross, but also even to get an eagle. Now, when it's your turn, you look at what plus yardage you have. That is plus 5. It was when it was our turn. And then I'm going to look here to give you a reference. We'll see, we do have that one there. Okay, so from plus 5 we should be playing, in that case, 66% slider, and I'm using 1 bar of side spin to the right all the time, and the amount of topspin that takes me to the pin by using as well the top of the white ring by the rough line. A lot of components, but pause, write it down, rewind and stuff. Get yourself the info that you do need. So 66% slider, 10% elevation is what I'm playing here. Bounce into the rough, and we are right at pin. Sure, we come in a little bit too hot, but then we are lucky that we do have the pin there as well. This is a better chance for a drop than I think many players do think, but you do need to really follow the structure that I did explain for the second shot to maximize the opportunity. So once it's your turn, look what plus yardage your sniper is in. +5 it was for us, then it equals 66% slider, 10% elevation. Top of the white ring by the edge of the rough, always 1 bar of a right side spin, and the amount of top spin needed to get the ball guideline to the hole. For hole number 3, I'm going to go a very aggressive route. It's because I want to have a good chance for an hole-in-one, which I don't believe bouncing on the fairway platform is going to give us, especially not with direct headwind. 3 bars of side spin to the right, I will be applying 1.8 bars of backspin, which will mean that we have the ball guideline through the hole. The inner ring should be having the top of it by the edge of the rough. We're looking to have wind between 7 and 8 miles per hour, and that's why I'm playing with a wind 4 ball here, as I would otherwise play with a kingmaker if the wind would obviously be between 7 and 8 miles per hour. Maximum distance +25. I'm trying to have a slight 1201 pull angle as well. Very, very important here now that we do not get any overpower with this shot, as we're playing with very small margins. If you do this correct, you will see yourself having a bunch of hole-in-ones on this hole, right at pin for a beautiful hole-in-one here on hole number 3. For hole number 4, we do go for green, and here we do want to use the driver with the most power possible. Stretch out to max 2. Visualize the bullseye to be into the rough in between the 2 bunkers. Once that is done, we will release. We will add 2 bars of side spin to the left and 4.5 bar top spin. Adjustment maximum distance +10, and then after that I will push up push up 15 yards, which means that when I did have it in +7, I push up to +22, and that is with a power club of 240 yards. So if you are having a different club, just as an example, let's say that you were playing with an Apocalypse level 4, which has 234 yards instead of the 240. That's a 6 yards of difference. So that means that you need to push up 6 yards extra than what you do with an Apocalypse level 5+. So instead of pushing up to +22, as I do here now with Apocalypse 5+, I would in that case be pushing up to +28 to compensate for the 6 yards less of distance that I'm having on Apocalypse level 4. Hopefully that is understandable, but that is the way to go. We obviously, a great right is not the best of the best, but we will still clip the rough and roll out, and we'll have a short wedge. That's the same with a great left, but also a perfect will most likely be on green for a simple putt. Super boring wind here on hole number 5, and here we play only for an eagle. Use as much topspin possible with the club that you have, and as much side spin to the left as well. I do go with a power 4 ball, which is not a free to play ball, but that is to make my life on this hole a little bit easier. If you don't have that possibility, use a power 3 ball, preferably a kingmaker, to make sure that you reduce the wind at least. However, though, we are only looking to get an eagle here, because I do not believe that we can consistently get our drive up to a fair distance where we do have a shot for the rough bump. Adjustment maximum distance +10, and then we're going to apply max curl to the left, and unfortunately hit a very, very bad great right, and we bounce way to the right than where we were aiming, but we are still over to the fairway. It is strongly recommended to play with an Apocalypse here, even though you may have it in a lower level, because we do want to use the curl. Using an extra mile or a Thor's hammer does not really have the curl that we want, and that could risk that we then roll into the rough on the right. Now, sure, it may be a sand bump or a rough bump time here, but I do think we would need to go with overpower, and that I'm not interested in indirect headwind. It's not that good of an opportunity for a rough bump in my opinion. I do hope that we may, when they change the wind to the final round, that they give us some sort of crosswind or a tailwind that we can work with a rough bump. Now, I'm basically just trying to get the ball up as far on the top left of the green possible and then fall down towards the pin. Do I once again think this is gonna be an albatross drop? Nah, I'm just trying to play it as safe as possible, get myself the eagle, and then I'm going to focus on the other holes to try to get myself some drops here in expert division. Bouncing on the fairway nicely, we're getting it up there though, and sure, we could have maybe removed a little bit of side spin and backspin and stuff, but you know, I will take it. I take this simple putt for an eagle. For hole number 6, we will be applying a rough bump. Here we do want to have a wind between 7 and 8 miles per hour, so I would recommend to switch between a wind 3 and a wind 4 ball depending on what wind you have from start. 2.2 bars of backspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Then we will go with the top of the yellow brain by the edge of the rough with the ball guideline to the hole. Once that is done, we will adjust maximum distance with a 15% over adjustment, but that is with a power 2 ball, not a power 3 ball as we're playing with. So we play with a power 3 ball, but we adjust for a power 2 ball. Now, obviously, in the end, we do need to hit perfect, and unfortunately, I do hit great left. But with a perfect ball, I feel fairly confident as I've been having this wind in the practice area a couple of times, or practice arena, and dropped it with max plus 15 power 2 with very much the same wind angle. So max plus 15 power 2, then you will have a good chance here on hole number 6. For hole number 7, I have attempted to go for green here, but I do believe the water is so much in play, and if we're gonna get over the rough and the sand by the green area all of the time, we need to use a lot of topspin, and then the risk of getting into the bunker or rough is gonna be high as well. Then I value to lay up and play with a short iron instead from approximately medium distance. So that is what we're going to do. 6 bars of topspin, 3 bars of side spin to the left. Again, I'm not using all the topspin here, just to make sure that we can adapt and play with other drivers as well, so we don't have to steer ourselves blind by using an Apocalypse level 6. 3/4 of the ball outside the adjustment range to the left, and adjustment is maximum distance plus 10. We're looking to get somewhere between 350 and 360 yards, the same as we are looking for on hole number 1. From 355, then we do have an adjustment that should be 40% slider, 10% elevation. I'm using 2 bars of backspin, half a bar of side spin to the right, and then ball guideline to the hole. In this video, I will be adjusting 3.3 rings, and I should be adjusting 3.4 rings instead. So it's just a minor difference, but that minor difference could make all the difference in the world. So we do adjust the 3.3 here with the thorn. And then it's time to take our shot. Perfect ball. And we'll see this ball actually drop, but it goes just barely inside on the right, and that's why I want us to have 1 extra decimal there to give ourselves that, so we don't have to flirt with right side that much. Maybe we can drop it right at pin. So from 355 yards, we play 40% slider with a 10% over adjustment. Then we're gonna have a fun time on hole number 7. For hole number 8, I unfortunately adjusted the wrong elevation here, and I'm going to explain what we're gonna do instead. But we start with a power 5 ball in complete minimum distance, and then we will apply 3 bars of backspin, 1 bar of side spin to the left. Change to a Kingmaker, and then we will be adjusting medium distance plus 30. Unfortunately, I adjust maximum distance plus 40. Yeah, I was my head was in a different place, so to speak. So you will notice that I will miss hefty to the right. So it's very important that you do obviously adjust the correct amount. So medium distance plus 30 is what we're looking for, and then we will see the ball coming in very nicely towards the pin. If so. So that will be a difference of approximately 2.5 rings, adjusting medium distance plus 30 instead. For hole number 9, we have very favorable wind to just send it, but where should we send it then? Because we cannot reach over to the fairway on the right directly, so we can't reach green. If we go full blast on the right and make a mistake, then we may be getting that ball into the water instead. And yeah, I'm not gonna send it though. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to start just before +1 with the rock level 9, and we then start at +1 with the rock level 8, and we start at +6 with the rock level 7. Blue ring by the rough line, by the rough line is going to be 4 bars of top spin, 3 bars of side spin to the right, and we do adjust max with no elevation, and then 1.5 ball of curl to the right. Second shot we play with our sniper. Now it's very important to leave the ball guideline short or pin, because this ball will come in hot, no matter if we want that or not. So trying to aim with the visual, with the ball guideline, aiming towards the pin. Maybe we are a smidge too much to the right here, but that's hard to know. But we also are approximately 2 green squares short of pin. I do believe that we should be 3 green squares short of pin to maximize the opportunity here, especially speed-wise. Adjustment here, we do max plus a 10. The thing that I would like you to do though is that I want you to adjust with an 1159 pull angle, like a flicker 1159, because that way it's better to come in on the green more from left falling right instead of coming right, and then it will obviously fall right as we are doing here now. So if you look closely at my pull angle, you can see that I had somewhat a flicker 1201, and I do believe that is the reason why we missed this one. And you know, with this type of wind, we're definitely going to see some albatrosses dropped, and I think it's a huge opportunity to get an extra boost in tiebreaker-wise with an albatross. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win here for the Maple Bay 9-hole Cup. Video here is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. A massive thank you for watching, and good luck in your Golf Clash game.